Bonjour, cher monsieur, chère madame, good morning. I would like to welcome you to come today to the event of evolution of Africa. Africa, of course, is evoluted, but we want more evolution. So I'm doing this event. My name is Yves EPHOEVIGA, sorry to introduce myself, and I'm doing this event to promote African embassy in Asia and over the world, and our work through people. What people say is the reality, and you can understand and make this to complete your efforts. Thank you very much. I would like to give the microphone to my brother, my friend, the first Togolese in Japan, Mr. Kekeli MOUVY, Didier, who gonna take the speech from now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. EPHOEVIGA. Kekeli MOUVY, the chargé d'affaires of the embassy of Togo in Japan. I am delighted to share with you this afternoon some information regarding my country, Togo, and I'm sure that through this information we will learn something new that can lead us towards our main goal, that is to make Africa greater and brighter. So thank you very much, Mr. Yves EPHOEVIGA, for this opportunity you are giving to me. So, the main topic is Togo as the West African gate, or the gate to West Africa. So, where Togo is located, as you may surely know, Togo is located in Africa, but more precisely in West Africa. So as you can see, Togo is a neighbor country of Ghana, Benin, Burkina Faso in the West Africa region. So, the capital of the country is Lomé, the population is about 8 million, and currency is safer. So actually $1 is about 600 CFA, and exportations concern mostly in agriculture and mine. For agriculture, we have coffee, cocoa, cashew, maize, cotton, soybean, etc. And concerning mine, we have limestone, marble, phosphates, and the GPD is about 4 billion. So it's important at this stage to ask the question: what makes Togo a gate for West Africa? There are lots of points, but first we have the geographical position of Togo. Togo occupies a key position in West Africa, being at the head of the Abidjan and Lagos corridor and offering direct access to the sea, to the countries of the hinterland such as Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali. This positioning is all the more advantageous for companies establishing in Togo, as the country is at the center of the West African region. If we get back a little, we can see that on the map, Togo has a central position, and there is a corridor from Abidjan to Lagos, and Togo occupies the central position on that corridor, and it gives access also to sea to the hinterland countries such as Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. So that's the strategical position of Togo. Togo also belongs to the West African Economic and Monetary Union, UEMOA, of 122 million inhabitants, and to the Economic Community of West Africa States, ECOWAS, that offer a market of 350 million of inhabitants. Regional integration offer business the prospects of free movement of goods, service, and people. In addition, this zone has the advantage to have a uniform and regulated business practice. So the West African region that Togo is part of has a common law according to the circulation of persons and goods. So the second point is the fact that Togo has an access to the sea, but the most important point to raise up is that the autonomous port of Lomé is the leading port in West Africa and the Central region, according to the fact that it's a natural deep water port in the sub-region with a draft of 16.6 meters and a length of 1,050 meters. So it's allowed the port of Lomé to welcome the last generation of ships. It's also the preferred port of the interland country, as I mentioned before, and it also makes it possible to reach the main European port in 7 days on average, the United States in 30 days, and China in 29 days. The central location, the quality of service, and the transshipment activities makes the autonomous port of Lomé essential in the sub-region. So let me go to the okay, we just talked about a deep water port. So now the second or the third point is a high performance air hub. So the terminal of Lomé is wide of 21 square meters. That's the dimension of the General Gnassingbé International Airport, which welcome about 2 million passengers annually. And that airport is positioned as a commercial and economic hub. It offers direct connection to global airport hub, Paris, Brussels, New York, Washington, Addis Ababa, and to the main West and Central African capital, thanks to the Pan-African company ASCA, which makes its hub for its flights. So from Lomé, you can easily reach country in West Africa and East Africa. An attractive business climate. Togo was ranked top performer in Africa and third best in the world by the World Bank Doing Business ranking of 2020. So it's also an important economic and financial performance recognized by the main financial rating agency in the world. So we have in Togo what is called a centralized gate for activities. So and that bureau is called Segus. So through that bureau, you can directly do all your activities by only one payment. Privileged access to the global market. Thanks to its membership of the Joint Community Assembly of the European Union, Togo has access without quota or custom duty to the European Union. Access is reinforced by the fact that Togo is party to the EU's all but no arms agreements, which allow goods and services produced in Togo to enter the European market freely. Togo has also a textile license since 2017 and is part to the AGOA agreement, which offer its quota-free and custom duty-free access to United Nations. Through the bilateral agreement concluded with China, Togo is a country to be favored by for the production of goods intended for this major market. So we have agreement with European Union, China, and many countries that allow easily our product to enter those countries. An attractive legal and fiscal framework. So Togo offers investors three types of tax regimes adapted to their activities. A common law custom regime based on a modernized general tax code, an attractive investment code adopted in 2019, which offer investors tax reduction and exemption for any investment in Togo and an amount greater than or equal to 50 million CFA, about 76,000 euro. A particularly interesting free zone regime for companies where 70% of production is for export. A skilled workforce with about 70% of the population under the age of 35. Togo has a substantial labor force. That literacy rate is 85%. The workforce is well educated, able to receive training and qualified for any type of job. So, concerning the position of financial center of choice, Togo is home to the headquarters of the largest financial institution, including that of the West African Development Bank and the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development, and the headquarters of major Pan-African banking groups such as EcoBank, Ora Group, are also in Lomé, the capital. So, we also have the commitment of the government. The Togolese government has chosen to focus its economic growth around the implementation of projects. And 1 second, please. Yes. So that project is the mindset is to have a public-private partnership. And the National Development Plan for 2018 to 2022 and the government's roadmap for 2020 to 2025 provide in particular for 65% of projects to be financed by the private sector. The government is therefore particularly attentive to the needs of its private partners and implement the necessary means to promote investment and facilitate the establishment of companies in the best conditions. The Ministry of Promotion of Investment was set up in particular to constitute an interface for investors to guide them, to uniform them, and to inform them, and to facilitate the installation projects. Togo also is a country of peace and stability. So in that regard, Togo offers to investors personal serenity and security for his invested capital. Togo is one of the most politically stable countries in West African region. Togolese territorial waters are also considered to be the safest in the sub-region. So those are the conditions that make Togo the gateway of West Africa. Thank you for your kind attention. Okay, as we just ended the first part regarding the fact that there is no question for more explanation, with your permission, I will directly move to the second part concerning my message to the African youth. But before arriving on my message to the youth, I just want to share some statistics with you that can allow you to make your own reflection, your own conclusion that can direct your future action. So, Africa, one thing is important is to notice or to let people know that Africa is a continent. Africa is not a country. And Africa is a continent of 54 countries. The area of Africa is 30 million square kilometers. 30 million square kilometers. Comparing to Russia, 17, Canada, 9, USA, 9, China, 9, India, 3. So you can easily imagine how big our continent is. It's very important. Concerning the population of Africa, 1,400,000,000. Comparing to China, also 1 billion and above. What I would like to show up from those statistics is first the area of Africa. We have a very big continent. I do not want to talk about the resource because we cannot finish about the resource that we can find in Africa. The second point is the population of Africa. Africa has a population of 1 million and above. If we report that population to the area of Africa, personally I can say that Africa is not overpopulated, because China we can just say that China, according to the area, is the third part of Africa, but has almost the same population of Africa. So Africa normally does not have a problem of overpopulation. What we have just to do is to work so that we can take care of ourselves based on our resource, our agriculture, our mine, and so on and so. We have just seen that Africa has about 30 million square kilometers. But as we can see on the map, look at the representation of a continent of 30 million and look at the representation of a country of 9 million. So that is the beginning point of my message to the youth. We have been used to learn some things, but we have to go beyond all what we have learned till now. We have to have an other look on our continent, its part on the map and in the world. For that, we have to get back to our history. We have to learn our history, not such as Western scientists have write about it, no. We have to learn our history through the perspective, through the writing of our own historian, such as Anta Diop, such as Motunde Kalala, such as Théophile Obenga. Those are information we should have to get possession of our history. We have to know from where we are coming from. From where we are coming, that can help us to understand our present, our current situation, and lead us towards our future. African youth has also to do its best to be the most educated as possible. Nowadays, we have many sources of education. According to the internet, there are many programs, there are many sites on which we can enhance our own capabilities. The third point is our beliefs. As Africans, we have our own history, we have our own religion, we have our own way of living. We have to promote them. We have to promote our culture. And the promotion of our culture it is to be called by our African names. That's the common thing we can have. You know, Europeans have European names. Chinese have Chinese names, Indian also. But African have both European, Chinese, Japanese, and the religion. We have to get back to our source. We have to go back to our roots. We have to promote our religion, because that is the way of transmitting to the next generation what we ourselves have get from our beyonders. It's also very important that the youth has a critical point concerning the information they have, concerning the actuality, concerning the current situation. Now the life concern mostly Ukraine and all events around Ukraine. We have to make our own point of view, and to make that point of view easily, we have to cross information. We have to have many sources of information so that we can make our own analysis and build our truth, our own regard concerning a situation. And to close, I think we should be hopeful that through our work we can achieve a brighter future for Africa. Thank you so much for your kind attention. That is my message for the youth of Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And everybody's come here, thank you very much. And I would like also to thank Mr. MOUVY Didier, who speak today about the great way of Africa, West Africa especially. We don't have, unfortunately, any question to ask. And thank you very much. and we learn some things from your speech, and we'll make it in practice. Thank you a lot.
My pleasure.
Yes.